Follow the script. The order that cost our company $10 million and our hotshot MBA boss his job. Now no one will hire him. Buckle up, folks, because this one's a roller coaster. I work in customer support at a company that provides specialized software to major players in the healthcare industry. Our clients are high stakes, hospitals, clinics, and medical centers where system downtime has serious consequences. I've been with the company for 5 years, know the software inside and out, and can usually troubleshoot unusual problems quickly to get things back on track without a fuss. A few months back, a new supervisor named Alex joined us. Fresh from a corporate management program, he came in with big ideas about efficiency and productivity. In his mind, the solution to our so-called slow response times was a simple script-only policy. Every client interaction needed to be scripted to cut down on wasted time. Custom solutions? Nope. Additional steps? Not allowed. No thinking outside the box. If a client's issue wasn't on the script, we were to log it, escalate it, and tell them to wait for a callback. When Alex introduced the policy, I raised my hand, pointing out that most of our clients call us because they're dealing with unique, time-sensitive issues. A strict script would just frustrate them and, in many cases, wouldn't solve their problems. But Alex didn't budge. Everyone follows the script, no exceptions, he said with a smug smile that made it clear he thought he was reinventing the wheel. Even if our biggest client calls, you follow the script. Flash forward a few weeks. One morning, I pick up a call and hear the voice of the CEO of one of our biggest clients, a massive healthcare network we've partnered with for years. They hold a multi-million-dollar contract with us, and losing them would be catastrophic. The CEO is calling, panicked, because their entire system is down. Their glitch is blocking access to patient records and diagnostics, putting patient care at risk. This isn't just a technical issue, it's affecting people's health. As he describes the issue, I immediately recognize it as a known bug with a simple 5-minute workaround, something I've resolved dozens of times. But here's the catch. This fix isn't in the script. I feel torn. My instincts scream at me to fix the issue and prevent a disaster. But Alex's strict orders echo in my mind. Follow the script. No exceptions. If I help, I could lose my job. If I don't, we might lose this huge client, and they might lose patients. So, I do exactly as Alex ordered. I go through the script step by painful step, despite knowing it's a waste of time. The CEO quickly becomes impatient, interrupting me, asking why I'm wasting his time. I explain, our policy is to follow the script, and if this doesn't resolve the issue, I can escalate it for a callback within 24 hours. He goes silent for a moment, then says in a clipped tone, escalate it. Now. I log the issue, escalate it, and follow the protocol. Within an hour, word spreads that Alex has been summoned to an emergency meeting with our department head. Apparently, the CEO bypassed me and contacted our company's leadership directly, furious and threatening to take his business elsewhere. Rumor has it he told them, if your idea of support is reading from a script while our systems fail, we're done here. By the end of the day, an email titled Script Policy Update arrived. Effective immediately, we were now encouraged to use best judgment and to go off script for high-priority issues. Alex's efficiency plan was scrapped, and he was put under performance review. Word quickly spread about the fiasco, with people adding exaggerated details to the story. Some said the CEO threatened to sue, others claimed he hinted at switching to a competitor. Whatever the truth, Alex became the office's cautionary tale, a reminder of what happens when rigid policies override common sense. Now here's where things get wild. The client ended up terminating their contract with us, citing that meltdown as their final straw. That loss hit hard, a $10 million loss hard. Our company's leadership reacted immediately by firing Alex. Not long after, the client approached a different company to pick up where we'd left off. They were about to hire Alex, but the client caught wind of this and quickly put a stop to it. In our line of work, which is a specific niche, the news spread fast, and soon enough, no one would hire Alex. As for me, I'm still doing my job as always, thinking on my feet, solving issues, and trusting my instincts. The difference now? I have a small, satisfying smirk every time I think back to that day. After all, I was only following orders. My disabled brother is a real-life Sheldon Cooper, always spitting unnecessary facts that no one cared about. My sister eloped because of him. I do not want him at my wedding, my parents argued. I uninvited them too. AITA. I have an older brother, David, 41. David has boundary issues and was in learning disabled classes. My parents never let him live independently, so in his 40s he still lives at home, has no job, no friends, and dominates every family gathering with fun facts. He doesn't notice no one is interested and will ramble on, disrupting conversations. My siblings and I struggle with David because my parents enable him to dominate every social setting. My sister even eloped because our mom kept trying to force David into her wedding plans, causing endless arguments. Now I'm getting married to Mel, with my younger brother, Nick, as my best man. My sister, who's close to Mel, is in the bridal party along with her husband as a groomsman and their son as a ring bearer. Mel wants a real wedding, not an elopement like my sister was pushed into. But David won't be attending. When he found out I proposed, his first response was to critique Mel's engagement ring, giving us his fun facts about how diamonds are worthless and resell poorly. He went on about how I should have gotten a second-hand or colored stone instead. We tried to stop him, but my mom insisted we let the professor talk. Even at 40, she thinks his outbursts are cute. After that incident, Mel put her foot down. David can't come to the wedding. If my parents defend him even once, they're not invited either. Mel refuses to let David's behavior ruin our wedding. When my mom called about wedding planning, I told her she couldn't be involved after what happened at my sister's wedding dress shopping. Mom brought David, who rattled off fun facts about wedding dresses, leading my sister to elope. I explained that my parents could come as guests, but David isn't invited. There was a long silence, and then my dad took over the call. I told him David wasn't welcome, and Mom couldn't be trusted not to bring him along. Dad said he didn't understand why we hate David, and I pointed out how disruptive his fun facts are. Dad's only defense was, "The boy likes to talk and there's no harm in it." I countered that there is harm. David's behavior makes everyone uncomfortable. Dad started defending David, and I finally told him we were at an impasse, so maybe none of them would come to the wedding. After that, my mom started sending emotional texts, telling everyone I'm being mean, and that we should be more understanding of David. Mel feels that this just proves why I can't invite David, or even my parents, if they can't be trusted not to sneak him in. I have to agree. BF's daughters thought I was leeching on their father as I was a bartender. On the contrary, he was broke after his wife's cancer treatment, leaving huge debts. Now the girls want to get close to me after knowing I'm rich, have luxury cars and a beach house. AITA for refusing to be friends. I'm 42, dating Tim, 59, a widower. I know what it looks like, a banker with a bartender, but in reality, I'm financially well off, and Tim is quite the opposite. He's actually broke after maxing out 6 credit cards, taking a second mortgage, and cashing out retirement savings to cover his late wife's cancer treatments, which she underwent 3 times. His sacrifices helped her see both their daughters married before she passed away. His 2 daughters live 6 hours away, and for the past 2 Christmases, Tim and I traveled to spend the holidays with them. They were extremely unfriendly, openly ignoring me and pulling Tim away when he tried to include me. They'd even go so far as to talk over me to prevent their husbands from engaging with me. After the first Christmas, Tim chastised them, and they offered him a lukewarm apology, explaining that it was painful seeing their dad with a woman who wasn't their mom. Despite that, they did the same thing again the next year. So this year, I told Tim he could visit them, but I would stay back, not wanting to spend another holiday being ignored. Tim was hesitant, mainly because driving long distances bothers his back, and I usually help with that. But his old 2010 car wasn't reliable anyway, so I leased a luxury car for him. He called his daughters to tell them about the car, thinking they'd be happy he could now visit more easily. Instead, they exploded, accusing him of using their mother's inheritance to buy me things and impress some bimbo bartender instead of contributing to their weddings. It soon came to light that they had assumed Tim had a life insurance policy for their mom. They were unaware of the credit card debt, the mortgage, or the fact that Tim was facing foreclosure and bankruptcy before moving in with me. Nor did they know he doesn't pay bills aside from the water bill and shared groceries, because I cover the rest. The truth hit them hard, and now they suddenly want to reconnect with me, saying they're sorry I felt lonely during the holidays. They even asked Tim for my phone number and plan to come visit next summer, conveniently when the beach season is at its peak. I've told Tim I won't share my number, and while I'll be civil if they visit, we're not going to be friends. I feel that if they had bothered to talk to me before, they would have seen there was no reason for the hostility. I'm always open about the fact that my finances came from family wealth and not hard work. Tim believes I'm being too harsh, arguing they would have warmed up to me eventually, and knowing the extent of my support for him has simply accelerated that process. I don't see it that way. I believe they had ample chances to get to know me and instead chose to be unkind based on false assumptions. So, AITA.